It is almost midnight. The room is dark except for the glow. You told yourself, one more, and 40 minutes ago that was true. Your thumb moves on its own now, a small, tired muscle doing a job you never consciously assigned it. A match lights up, and for half a second, something in your chest lifts. Then you send a message. It sits under one gray checkmark, unread. Almost immediately, that brief lift curdles into a familiar dread. Your mind starts writing the story, reading the silence as a verdict. In this dark room, the silence means you are unwanted, or too much, or destined to be alone. You are a wired human being plugged into something engineered, cell by cell, to keep your hand reaching. That familiar dread is the mechanical result of the platform's design. Your thumb is trying to make a feeling stop, and the app knows it. What if the loneliness you keep trying to swipe away is the raw material the whole machine is built to harvest? In 1963, a psychologist named B.F. Skinner wrote down a sentence that explains your entire night. He noted that if rewards come on a regular, predictable schedule, people lose interest immediately. Boredom is the enemy of compulsion. The strongest pull comes from a reward that arrives unpredictably. Skinner proved this using animals pressing a lever. Sometimes they got a reward, usually they didn't, and never on a timer they could learn. Randomness, it turns out, is the most powerful behavioral hook the human brain has ever met. Matches do not arrive when you earn them. They arrive at random. You are the animal at the lever, and the same wiring Skinner discovered sits behind the glass in your hand. This chart traces the brain's reward circuitry. Dopamine peaks in the anticipation, in the pull to refresh and the three dots. The reward chemistry activates during the act of reaching. When exposed to steady novelty, the brain's reward regions light up from the newness itself. An infinite scroll of faces, each one promising the next. To keep you, the app only needs to keep you almost getting connection. A door that never quite opens is deeply addictive, because an open door ends the game, and the endless game itself is the product. This design hits hardest if your nervous system learned early that love was inconsistent. Attachment researchers call this rejection sensitivity. It is the tendency to expect rejection and feel it in the body before the mind has any evidence. To that system, a quiet phone is a smoke alarm. This creates a cruel loop. Anxiety creates a fear of rejection, which drives compulsive checking, guaranteeing the rejection you feared. The illusion of infinite profiles shatters this cycle downwards, teaching an anxious nervous system its oldest lie, that you are replaceable, accelerating dating app burnout. Ghosting acts as the ultimate psychological trap. Because an anxious attachment system cannot file an unfinished story, it stays open and replaying in the background. Opening the app for a new conversation is the fastest way to quiet that open loop. But consider who is on the other end of that reach. Often it is an avoidant nervous system, someone whose body learned that closeness means being swallowed. To them, your warmth reads as pressure, and the safest move is the exit. The quieter they go, the harder you reach, and the harder you reach, the more they retreat into the distance. Two people, both scared, running the identical panic in opposite gears. The app profits from this tragedy. It monetizes the gap between these two opposing human fears, constantly missing each other in the dark, sending both people back to the feed. Breaking this loop starts with naming the machine. The next time you reach for the phone at midnight, ask yourself if the urge is a genuine desire to meet someone or a need to numb the pain of silence. Those are two very different hungers. You can strip the algorithm of its unpredictability by checking the app only at a set time, in daylight, for a fixed duration. When the rewards become predictable, the machine loses its grip on your nervous system. Then you practice the one thing the design was built to prevent. You sit in that empty midnight hour without reaching for the device. Sitting through the quiet provides evidence that you survive the silence every time. You are teaching your nervous system that a quiet phone is just a quiet phone, rather than the emergency the alarm insisted it was. That exhaustion you feel is the most honest thing your body has said in months. It is your nervous system finally recognizing that it has been sitting at a rigged slot machine, pulling the lever until its arm went numb. Reaching for something real in a place designed to keep the reaching endless results in this specific anxiety. It is the byproduct of a machine that turns human hunger into profit. Connection is possible,
but you've been reaching for it inside a machine built by experts to capture your hope. That part of you that keeps looking for a way in, the part that still believes, it is the best thing you own.